Topic 2 for the week is on creative writing, and here are the objectives of the lesson. Number 1, give a brief description of creative writing. Number 2, examine the features of creative writing. We'll be looking at different topics on creative writing, and I'll be asking you to pick one and write on creatively.
What is creative writing and how do we write a creative essay? In this video, I will answer these questions and give you some simple steps for doing just that. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Manoj. Creative writing is a powerful tool in telling a story. It helps our social and individual growth and is one of the most important skills we can ever learn. It stretches the imagination and offers a wonderful outlet for self-expression. So, what is creative writing? It is every form of narrative writing, from poetry to feature articles in newspapers to novels. The list is endless. Simply put, it is anything that is not academic and technical. Here's how to write a creative essay in 4 easy steps. Step number 1. To write a creative essay, choose your subject. When choosing a subject, pick something you and others will find interesting. It does not have to be a subject that you know well, in which case, what do? Step number 2. Research the background. All good writers research the background for their essay, story, novel, etc. If you need to, go talk to people who know, the authorities on the subject. Ask questions and learn more about the subject matter. Take some time to think through your topic. Look at it from different perspectives. Write down all your thoughts on the subject, relevant or random. It doesn't matter. Just list them down. You can sift through it later to decide what you want. Step number 3. Draw up a plan for the essay. Write down the how, what, when, where, and who for the essay. This will guide you and keep you on track so you don't go down a meandering path. After this, it is time to flesh out the how, what, when, where, and who questions to add content to the story. Step number 4. Write the essay. Once you have the first 3 steps in place, start writing the story. Use your outline and start with the introduction. In the introduction, create the scenario to draw your reader's attention. Describe the place, the time, and background. Be fun and engaging so your readers will want to know more. Next is the body of the essay. This is where you develop the plot of the essay. It can be just 1 paragraph for a short story or several paragraphs if the story is longer. Showcase 1 main idea in each paragraph. Develop the story in a smooth and fluid way. Don't be choppy. Flow from 1 paragraph to another. How do we make the story flow? Transitions can be words like yet, and, but, and so on. They are useful and seamlessly move from 1 idea to another. Transitions are usually used in the middle of a sentence, but they can be used in the beginning to emphasize a point. I just did that. I used but in the beginning of a sentence when it is usually used in the middle. But in the beginning will emphasize the content of a sentence following the but and gives continuity through the thought process in the previous sentence. Other common transitions we use are words like however, also, and therefore. Transitions are important, but be careful not to overuse them in your essay. There are many more transition words, and I will get into them more fully in another video. Finally, now there's a transition for you. We come to the conclusion of the creative essay. The conclusion is where the whole plot comes together to tidy up the story or not. That depends on you, the author, on how you want the story to end. It can be neat and tidy, like a happily ever after, like a fairy tale ending, or it can be a cliffhanger where the ending is left shrouded in suspense. The ending or conclusion of your essay is important, so don't rush it or end it abruptly. It must leave a strong enough impact to stay in the reader's mind after reading it. Now that your creative essay is done, check it thoroughly for spelling and grammatical errors. Change whatever does not read right or flow well. Think about the effect that the essay will have on the reader. Ask someone else to proofread it for you. Very often, we miss errors in our own writing that others will pick up. Once your essay is checked, proofread, corrected, and checked again, it's done.
Let's look at some examples of some essay topics, and this is basically for examinations such as NACO and WAEC SSCE. Number 1 says, tell a story that ends with the words, it was a bitter experience, but I learnt my lesson. I wish I had listened to my father. At last we arrived safely. So a question can come in such a way. That means you need to create a story that revolves with an experience, that revolves with a narration that finally can enable you, or that can cause you to lament any of the following, any of the above rather. So you need to be very careful in using your words. You need to be very careful in planning your how, the what, the who, and the when, and the where of the essay. Then a question can be narrating an experience to illustrate a particular saying. Let's say, honesty is the best policy. The devil makes work for idle hand. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. We apologize to each other and reconciled. So even if you are giving any of this, you can simply title it any topic of your choice, because you are asked to, in number 1 says, tell a story that ends with. So your title should not be your title should not be I wish I had listened to my father. You should title it something else. So it's your ending that should capture the words. Then you can choose to give an experience to illustrate the proverbs. You could choose to give it any title of your choice. All right.